got any sports in it?
Are you kidding? Fencing, fighting, torture, revenge, giants, monsters, chases, escapes, true love, miracles.
Houston, we have a topic. What are miracles? More specifically, what are movie miracles? Now, when you hear movie miracles, you might be thinking of movie magic, which isn't quite the same thing. Movie magic is when you're like, oh gosh, there's twin sisters and a fake Arnold here. Oh, it's magical and I'm convinced it's real. That's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is miracles. Divine intervention, sudden boom. This is not possible, but you believe it. But why do you believe it? That's what we're talking about today.
He's alright.
Now, it might be difficult to have a ready example of a movie miracle you can point to, or perhaps the definition of such an event is not very clear. Knowing this, I created a simple guide to help anyone understand what this lunatic is talking about. First point. The given movie event is physically impossible in real life, or in many cases, completely unlikely to occur. This can range from breaking the laws of physics, breaking the rules of your universe, or just being overwhelmingly lucky, but it can be meaningful too. Point number 2. The event has little to no in-universe explanation justifying the unrealism either. Or simply stated, it is also physically impossible in the potentially fantastical world of the story, not just our own. The more convenient magic a story has, the less likely true miracles are to occur. Coming back to life isn't a miracle when you have or are the magic flower that brings people back to life. That's not how a Jesus works.
I am alive! He's nice.
Finally, the third point. The miraculous event is completely and utterly believable. Now, to help you understand what believable means, I shall use several examples from various films right before diving headfirst and all in into the primary point of discussion. So then, how are these movie miracles believable?
I'm sorry, my responses are limited. You must ask the right questions.
Okay, then, why are these miracles believable?
That, detective, is the right question.
And the reason why is the right question is because a movie miracle done right has an emotional and or thematical goal to achieve. Typically, it's meant to provide a character with power, clarity, or even life. Let's take The Sandlot, for example. The movie's first act, Scott Small's first hurdle, is becoming a part of the baseball team. But he's a loser. He can't catch, he can't throw, and he'd rather be dinking around with 1960s metal Legos, if you can imagine, even more expensive. But his mom comes in and pushes him to boy up, basically, to make friends, to make memories, to make something of himself with others. And I'd like to believe that Scotty going out to the Sandlot is somewhat of an act of faith. Faith that he can make friends, that he can be a part of something good. Adversity, however, strikes in the form of pretty much the entire team. Boys will be boys. And boys are cruel, unless you prove yourself. And this brings us to Benny, the best on the team. Benny does not see a potentially great baseball member, but he does see a potential friend. And because he sees this, Benny has faith in Smalls.
So what happens later, Smalls has proven to be a weak throw and a bad catch, but Benny gives him some pointers, asking Scott about past experiences with the paper out, leading Benny to show him how to throw normally. Then Scott asks this.
How do I catch it?
Just stand there and stick your glove out in the air. I'll take care of it.
Pardon my French, but... oh. That's interesting. Because this scene is not one that focuses on Benny's talents as a hitter. He has to spit on the ball. This is not about him. This is not about him. When the ball flies, Smalls is saying, please catch it like a prayer. It's a prayer.
Please catch it.
And like divine intervention, prayers answered. Agua.
The collective reaction from the rest of the team isn't directed towards Benny's unnatural gifts for baseball. No, the entire team is celebrating Smalls. He has, through sheer peer belief and stepping out in a vulnerable state, gained the ability to play baseball gained the ability to make new friends. This catch was possible because someone believed in Smalls just as Smalls believed in the chance of friendship. It's believable, it's earned, it's perfect.
That's how you do it, Smalls.
That's a miracle. Why was cripply Forrest Gump suddenly able to run? Because of the power of woman! Jenny gave him the push, the drive, the motivation that he could not run away from his problems, but to be more powerful than them. And later on, the running serves to improve the lives of others as well as getting him into the White House. 3 times. Without Jenny, Forrest wouldn't be an overcomer, a hero, or even an inspiration. Without Jenny, this magical moment is just dumb. Why did Neo survive a real-world death when he died in the Matrix? Well, it's the same thing. The power of one. Because he is the one. And only the one who can overcome the rules breaks the rules. Why is George Bailey visited by an angel and shown an entirely alternate reality of his town, Georgeless, in an otherwise completely down-to-earth movie? Because he needs to learn an important lesson about who he is and how he impacted the lives of those he has touched and who are praying for him. In fact, I'd say the greatest miracle isn't the angel, but his immediate change in perspective.
Hello, Bedford Falls!
And it's because of this extremely joyful noise made that makes this movie a Christmas movie. Because it's not a Christmas movie without a miracle, and it's certainly not without Christmas. So then, why all the Toy Story? Why do I got this Toy Story shirt and these Toy Story Legos and this AMC exclusive Toy Story 4 popcorn bin? Is Toy Story a Christmas movie? Maybe. It's because there's a moment in Toy Story like no other. A moment that isn't just a feel-good Act 1 ender, but a climactic moment that to this day rocks my world, bringing me back to that negative 2-year-old self. Sheriff Woody and Buzz Lightyear, both flying. You've definitely seen this image a countless number of times. It's the shot movie previews and special VHS trailers used to promote all things Disney. It's even the image of the film's soundtrack. It's practically a spoiler, yet we are already entrusted to have seen this. I mean, it's pretty much the Disney, originally Disney equivalent of No, I Am Your Father. It's just that ingrained in the culture. So, you should already get this moment, right? I mean, we should already understand why this works, why no one's complaining that physics are being denied. I mean, we believe that the toys can walk around and be alive. What? You can't believe that he can fly? Well, that's not the reason this works. If we already knew what was going on, what's the point of making this video? What's the point of me saying this is Uber Analyzing with Kyle Kringle on why Buzz and Woody are able to fly? Is that going to be the intro? That's going to be a long intro.
Nice.
Hey, here comes Santa Claus.